I think we got it. John C. Webb moved to southwest Missouri in 1857 onto a 200-acre farm. In 1873, Webb was plowing on his farm when he discovered lead deposits. With the assistance of W. A. Doherty, he sank the first pump shaft in 1874. Webb City was platted by John Webb in September of 1875 on a portion of his farm. The following year it was incorporated with a population of 700. Webb aided the city in its material development. He gave land for a school and church. He also built the Webb City Bank and the first hotel. Some 20 years later, 700 mines were located within the limits of Webb City and adjacent Carterville, and the area ranked first in the production of zinc ore. The St. Louis and San Francisco Railroad was built to Webb City in 1879 and the Missouri Pacific in 1881. The population increased from 1,588 in 1880 to 9,201 in 1900. The Route 66 Theater in Webb City is located at 24th South Main, one block off of Route 66. The building was built in 1891 and garnished the name of the Newland Hotel. With its 100 rooms, it opened 2 blocks south of the Opera House and was one of 4 hotels. By 1945, the hotel had been bought and turned into a theater by the Dickinson Theater Company. After being sold, it sat empty for many years before being restored by a local family music group in 1999. They renamed it as the Route 66 Music Theater with live music as the primary source of entertainment. In 2003, it was sold again and renovated but closed in less than a year. The theater would regain life in 2005 after it was purchased by Nancy and Scott Hudson. On July 18th of 2014, downtown Webb City was added to the National Register of Historic Places.
I'm Lisa Doherty. I'm the general manager here at the Route 66 Movie Theater. I've been here for about 10 years now. I heard back when it was a motel and all that there was a fire at one part of the motel, since it was the whole block. It destroyed pretty much, from what I understood, most everything, except I think the remainder part that's the original is what's here on the corner.
Our interest in the theater came after reading about it online. Someone had written about an experience they had at the theater. After gaining access to investigate, we were surprised at what we were able to experience.
My name is Eve Tibbetts, and I am an assistant manager here at the theater. I have had some experiences here when I've been here by myself that I can't explain.
My name is Michelle Doherty, and I'm a manager here at the Route 66 Theater. I've been working at the theater 9 years now.
I came in at 3 o'clock on a Friday one time to open. Again, I was here by myself. Nobody comes in with me at 3. And as soon as I came in and locked the door, the paper towel dispenser in the bathroom which is only motion censored, went off.
The most memorable experience for me was when me and another coworker went to go clean the men's restroom here, and we knocked on the door and opened the door to see if anyone was in there, and we both heard a little boy say hello. And so we waited and we waited, and nobody ever came out of the bathroom. So then we went and we looked in the bathroom, and there was nobody in there.
Had another experience when I came in alone at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and as I was coming into the theater to turn on the lights, the door, which is held open by a magnet, closed behind me, and I can't explain how that happened because there was nobody there to close the door.
Basically, while I was going to school, I would work on stuff late into the night here, and I'd be here by myself. And when you sit in the office that's downstairs, you can hear if people are walking up and down the steps. And when I'm here and no one else is here and I hear footsteps, that makes you kind of wonder what would be causing that, or what would be creating that. And there was also another point in time, the doors that we lock at the front, it was like someone was like trying to get in, and I went up there and there was nobody there. And I went and I looked outside and there's like nobody around. So that was really, really interesting.
I love working at this theater. The experiences that I have don't deter me from coming into work. I feel that whatever is here is probably not dangerous to me, and I think that they might want to be noticed.
Yeah, there hadn't been any electrical work done here and everything. I walked into the theater one morning getting the movie set up and ready to go. There's can lights that are up on the ceiling, just all of a sudden came on and then went off, and then they just come back on and then went off. And I flipped the switches and all upstairs to turn them off, and they still would come on. I had to actually go and flip a breaker to actually keep them from coming on and off. Also, the time when your first investigation that was here, I remember that you knocked on the wall. What was it? Shave and a haircut, and then we actually did hear the 2 knocks that came back that night. I remember that.
Can you knock twice like this? Hey, did you guys knock?
Electronic voice phenomena happens during the time of recording. You don't hear the voice with your ears, but it's there when the audio is played back.
Spirits like to touch Lisa on the arm or caress her hair.
On a previous investigation, I had a physical experience on the back of the stage. I was standing there and I felt something push me on the shoulder. It was hard enough to move my shoulder, and I thought I ran into something, but I felt around in the darkness and there was nobody there.
We went to the diner across the street to get something to eat. While we were there, a gentleman overheard us as we were talking. He told us that his father owned a candy store in the shop next to the theater. After his father's death, people began to tell them that they would see him in the building. He also went on to tell us that his grandmother and great-grandmother had passed away in the building. How much of this is true remains to be seen, as we have not found any documents to support these claims. With new questions that we needed answered, we came back to the theater in hopes of gathering more pieces to this puzzle.
Okay, so here at the Route 66 Theater, we've been here once before. Love the place. Had a great experience last time that we were here. Just trying to validate some of the things that we've experienced before.
All right, so I'm gonna put the recorder down here. Kick this off. All right, so a couple devices we're using here. We got a new device that Dave ended up getting for us. It's a millimeter. What this actually does is it registers any change in the electromagnetic field around us by registering it in milligauss, as well as has a temperature gauge so that we can keep monitor any fluctuations in the actual room. May suggest any kind of paranormal activity. So right now we're at 0 milligauss and sitting around 69.5, 69.4 degrees Fahrenheit. That was weird. Okay, I set it down and it hit like 4.9. That was weird. Alright, so we've been here at the Route 66 Theater before. All we're here to do is communicate with you. If there's anyone here who has a story they would like to tell, please come tell it to us. All right, so we were actually, going around in the backstage area where David got tugged on last time, and while we were in there, we heard what sounded like, a gasp or some other person's type of voice in there. Don't really know what to make of it, but we'll find out on the footage. Can you touch one of us?
Hear that?
Yeah, I did hear that.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
Someone was behind me on the other side of the
Feel like it's outside down here.
and it's gone.
Yeah. Like somebody moving a seat or something.
Oh, because I heard that noise, but I'm getting a chill on the west side of the body over here.
For recorder's sake, this is David.
And Barry?
John.
Billy.
We are in the auditorium. It is late.
Yeah, late.
I don't remember what time it was. I think it's like 12:30. Route 66 Theater. In December 31st officially.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ascend to a higher dimension? Do you understand how to speak to us? Can you tell us what it was like dying? What was the date that you died on? Just thought I'd finish my sentence.
You just did exhale? No. I was just moving the camcorder. And there's a blue light flicker right up there too. Right
There. Oh, okay, that's what that was.
Oh.
But I did hear an exhale, and I thought it was you for a second.
Oh no. I don't believe it was. Tell you what, this camcorder would have caught it.
And the recorder behind you would have caught it too.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, hand me that. I think we got it.
Did we?
We were sitting in the auditorium when I heard an exhale. I thought it was Barry. Asked him, he did an exhale, and we reviewed the audio on the recorder, and we were able to capture it. You hear something messing with the recorder, and then you hear it. Here, let's see if...
You just did exhale? Did it? No. Oh my god, did I?
You'll hear it messing with the recorder, and then you'll hear an exhale. This sliding sound that's on here, when you mess with the recorder, move it, it makes this sound. You'll hear, this has been setting stationary. You'll hear it mess with the recorder, and then you'll hear a slight exhale.
Please tell me this is that.
That's awesome.
What'd you hear? I didn't.
I heard a thump right in front of us.
Yeah, right here's where this has been. I mean, you are not near it.
No. I'm
You
not
had your
even.
back turned to it.
Yeah. That's where it's sitting at, is in the other seat on the other armrest. Get a little overexcited there, Dave.
Yes. And I was just getting ready to ask about the gentleman said to be here.
Oh, for recorder's sake? There's something keeps kicking on and off. You hear that? It's off now. Like
That deep thud kind of sound to kick on.
well, it's like goes, then it turns off.
Huh.
Just in case we hear it on the recorder. I heard it like about 5 times then. Sounded like a servo motor or something kicking on.
Yeah.
Might be from up there.
Could be.
So I was getting ready to ask about a gentleman that is said to be here.
Is the candy man here? The old man that used to work in the candy shop just
Next door?
next door?
That guy also told Billy and I that his grandmother
Yes.
and his great grandmother
Yes.
both died
You see that?
over there. I was talking to you.
There's something black just walked over there.
Are you over by the stage?
Who was it?
You hear that?
I was moving.
Yeah, it was over there.
Right then. Who was it that touched that recorder and breathed, made that breath? Can you do it again?
So there it is again.
There was more than one.
Oh my God. Something just crossed in front of that light up there.
Did you see it on the camera or?
No, I couldn't see it with the camera, but I seen it with the naked eye. Like literally, it walked right. It completely blacked it out.
You're more than welcome to come down here and talk to us. Come on down, come have a seat. What was that guy's name that was at that restaurant? You remember, Barry?
Oh God, no, I don't.
Well, Walter? No, I can't remember.
Not every old guy's name is Walter, Billy.
I
Racist.
forget what his name was.
I did too. I didn't even ask.
Oh, I just heard that. Oh, did you just hear that?
Yeah.
That sounded like
Sounded like
weather.
something shutting off, like a
Yeah,
furnace,
or
you know what I mean?
That was going to be my second thing, was either weather outside or like a furnace or some kind of unit like that kicking on and off.
Because I'm sure the units are probably up on the roof here.
Yeah, most of these kind of buildings, they usually tend to do that.
What was that? Was his grandfather? Or
It was his father that people have seen. Excuse me.
Now we
Oh
took
no,
a talk.
he was saying it was his grandfather. His father grew up though.
Well, when his father died.
Oh yeah,
Not-
that's right. He did say it was his father. My bad.
Like his father didn't die in there, but people have seen his father in there.
Yeah, that's right.
And you know, I wonder now, because we haven't come up with really any conclusive deaths or anything here. What if the deaths that happened over there are affecting the building here?
That could be a very good possibility.
Because all these buildings are tied together.
Yeah, they had doors and they had ways to get in, so.
After capturing the breath and hearing some noises, the activity seemed to have calmed down. So we decided to go backstage to see if we can further experience any activity. See the reflection there?
See?
Alright, so here's what we can do. Let's have one person go up here,
Yep.
and then one person go up here,
Yep.
then have one person down here
Yep.
with the cameraman.
Yep.
And one person can take the two going up can take the recorder.
Yep.
And
I'll go up there.
I'm gonna stay right here.
Okay, I'll go up there.
Okay. Let's do this right here. Move the camera here. It's amazing is right here at this spot is where I felt something push me on my shoulder. Right there. That doorway. I want that to happen again. Was it the man that pushed me?
Can you knock on the walls? Give me 2 good knocks. Can you touch one of us? Come touch us. Come let your presence be known to us. We know you're here. We just can't see you. It's dark.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah, did you not hear that?
Okay. I'm not sure.
Oh, you did hear it then?
Yeah.
Okay. As John started to feel the temperature change, I handed him the Mel meter. Around this time, something about me started to change. I remember thinking, why the hell are these guys back here? As this angry feeling swept over me.
Come on, lower the temperature down for me. Are there any females up here? Is that somebody's stomach?
Oh, you won't hear my stomach from up there?
Wasn't mine.
Temperature's changing and getting hotter up here now. If there's anyone up here, you see this device I have in my hand has all the green lights on it. If you'll light that up, can you light that up? Come on, light it up for me. If there's a female present, light it up.
Let's take a break.
That was crazy.
During the EVP session on the back of the stage, I started getting really irritated, and it just started festering into like being really mad. And I had an awareness about it, but it wasn't like I could control it. And after a while, I started getting headaches during this time, and some heaviness on my chest. Then at that point, I decided to call it for a break, and went outside to try to collect myself again. And I don't know what to make of it. That's the first that's ever happened to me.
After the break, we decided to go backstage to see if we can further experience activity. Knowing what I felt, I wanted to make contact once again.
Whoever is here, was that you that I felt? Were you letting me know how you felt? Why don't you tell us who you are?
All was quiet backstage, so we decided to move our efforts to the auditorium.
71 out here. Are there any spirits with us out here? If so, can you tell us your name? Is there some reason why you don't leave this place? When you were alive, were there a lot of killings around the area?
With no further activity and dawn rapidly approaching, we called it a night. Weeks later, we found more information on the hotel. In 1914, police raided the hotel at 2 a.m. for illegal activities. A warrant was issued for the hotel operator, A.E. Doss. The hotel saloon was denied a liquor license shortly after. Could the unsavory activities of the era have left an impression? Some believe that people connect to places. If this is true, might whatever is connected here be reaching out? We will need to do more research and investigating to find out who is haunting history.
Well, I really enjoyed this opportunity because it was more professional than I've ever seen. TV makes it look like a joke, and to me, that's being a nerd that I am. I like to fulfill everything that's needed to be accomplished, and that's what we did tonight. I'm never going to look at the place different. I'm going to look at it different every time now. You know, it's going to be one of them, whoa, no way. I had experiences here. you know, it's going to be a impacting thing that I can tell my friends and family about. Be like, yeah, there's something in there, and we may not know exactly what it is, but we've got an idea, which is going to be cool because now we can take it back and study it even more. So.